Hey guys, so today's video is going to be about how to determine your eye shape. Please ignore my face. I've had this makeup on for way too long. It is actually Easter. Everybody just left. It's pretty late at night and I'm filming this. So yeah, I just wanted to get this up because today was my only day off this week and I need to film it. So I'm gonna be looking at my phone just because I have some notes because I'm so professional. So we're gonna go over positions and shapes. So I'll start with positioning. I'm also gonna give like kind of little tips to help like with like makeup application. So number one being wide set. Hopefully maybe I'll scoot a little this way because I'm gonna be putting pictures up. Number one is wide set. So this is determined obviously by how far apart your eyes are. If there is more than the length of your eye space in between, then it's considered wide set. And so if you're trying to, you know, wear eyeshadow to make your eyes look a little bit closer together, using dark shades closer to the inner corner or even in the inner corner would really help to kind of like bring the eyes closer together. And then the opposite of that one would be close set eyes. So close set eyes are going to be kind of the opposite. So if you have less than the length of your eye in between the space. Am I making sense? I hope so. So that would be considered close set eyes. Miley Cyrus, she has close set eyes. To kind of, if you're wanting to kind of make it seem like your eyes are a little further apart, again, opposite of wide set eyes, you're going to use light shades in the inner corner and like on the lid in general, and keep any dark shades out in the outer corner. This is just going to kind of create the illusion of more space between the eyes. Next, as another position would be downturned. Downturned eyes. So when you're looking at, like if you were to look in the mirror and kind of draw a line from like the inner corner here, and it would just be a straight line. If the outer corner is below that line, then you have downturned eyes. So for this type of eye look, for when you're doing makeup for that type of eye shape, you really want to make sure you're not placing any shadow too low because it'll just further kind of like droop the eyes. You really want to keep everything nice and lifted. I have a friend who has downturned eyes and I do her makeup a lot, and we're always just making sure that everything is nice and clean and kind of bringing everything up, whether it's like wing eyeliner and just like or dark shadow. I'm using everything to kind of really just create the shape of it like lifting. And then for upturn eyes, really with this, like the only thing is like if you want to create a more leveled eye, so a little bit more straight and you don't want it to be as upturned, you would use a darker shadow along the lower like outer corner here, and even bringing it down to the lower lash line, just to make it look like it's more this way. So you would literally put it further down than your lash line actually goes, just to kind of bring the eyes this way. It's all about creating illusions and shapes with light and depth. So now we're moving on to actual shapes. First being hooded. This is the most common eye shape. Everybody thinks they have hooded eyes, and it's a lot less common than you'd think. So a true hooded eye, I know if you've ever seen a video about this before, they've probably used a picture of Blake Lively because she has a true hooded eye. So I always used to think my eyes were hooded, but me looking straight on, you can see from my inner corner to outer corner, full lid. It is a little kind of like droopy, but it's not a true hooded eye. With hooded eyes, they are harder to kind of work with like detail, just because when your eyes are closed you think you have like all the space and then they open and then you're not really seeing much of the work that you did. So it is a little bit harder to do detail. I find liner kind of really just covers your whole eye, so I would try to avoid it. Smoky eyes are really flattering, like if you're just doing a classic black smoky eye or any color really, starting with the darkest and then going like fading into the light colors, it's really flattering. And then the next shape would be protruding eyes. For protruding eyes, these are the eyes that are, they literally look like they're coming out. You can see the socket a lot more, like under the eye here. A lot of times people get protruding eyes and deep set eyes kind of mixed up, and it's very normal. And I'll get more into deep set later, but protruding eyes, you'll see more of the kind of socket here. You'll see more of like the eyeball a little bit more pronounced, literally kind of coming out. And so if you're trying to kind of like make your eye look a little less outward and trying to kind of recede it, using dark colors all over the lid and on the lash line, and using like a dark eyeliner, whether it's black, dark brown, dark blue, any type of dark color in the waterline as well, will kind of just like pull your eye back. The next one would be deep set. So yeah, you're gonna see that more here. You're gonna have a lot of space. Your socket is just gonna look like it goes pretty like far back, which it does. So that's how you can kind of tell with a deep set eye. So they're kind of like reversed for protruding and deep set. And with the deep set eye, dark colors aren't exactly necessary in the crease, because the crease is kind of pushed back and you won't really see it. So say you're doing a halo eye. Normally a halo eye, you get a dark color in the inner corner, dark color in the outer corner, and they kind of connect in the middle. You wouldn't even need to kind of connect them. You can just put the dark color here, put the dark color here, and it would look perfect like a halo eye, exactly, just because it's kind of creating its own shadow because it's deep set. Sorry, I'm literally reading my notes. Okay, next is a monolid. So for a monolid, this is a lid where it's almost flat. When they have their eyes closed, you see a lot more. So if you're doing makeup on a mono lid eye, say you're doing wing liner, you think you're putting a really thick wing on, and they open their eye and you can't see anything. So for a mono lid, don't be afraid to like really go in. If you're using liner, really make it thick, because when they open their eye, you're not really gonna see it. Or cut creases are super flattering on monolids. I absolutely love it. If you or the client you're working on is uncomfortable, because I literally will create a crease when working on a monolid, if they're uncomfortable with that, or if you're uncomfortable doing that on yourself, smoky eyes. I swear, smoky eyes look good on everybody. So the next shape would be round. So for round eyes, a really good way to kind of tell if you have a round eye, it just looks shorter here. A lot of times they're kind of like really wide eyes, and they just look a little shorter here. Another really good way is if you're looking straight like into if you're looking straight into a mirror, and you can see the white at the bottom of your eye. Katy Perry, a lot of people have round eyes. And again, a lot of the pictures, they might be hard to kind of determine because they're wearing a lot of eye makeup, so it kind of changes the shape of their eye. So I hope that I hope the pictures are still helpful. So if you're wanting to make your eye less round, really blowing out the outer corner, halo eyes would probably just make your eyes look a little more round. So just kind of focusing all the depth on the outside corner and really like blowing it out and creating that kind of shape. Also using a dark liner in the waterline will kind of close off the wideness of the eye. And last but not least, we have the almond eye, which, as you guys probably know, everybody is always talking about the almond eye, that's like the perfect eye, which I definitely don't think is true. It's just another eye shape, just another shape. So for an almond eye, they tend to be a lot like smaller, almost looking kind of like squinty and more like sultry. Beyonce has almond eyes, and they tend to be a little like longer. So for an almond eye, if you're trying to make your eye look less almond, because believe it or not, people try to do that, and make it look more round, you're gonna kind of do the opposite as with a round eye. So halo eyes really kind of round out the eye. Again, a halo eye, putting dark in the inner, dark in the outer, and in the crease, and then with a nice pop of light right in the center that really rounds out the eye. And then using a light color eyeliner in your waterline to create a little bit more of that kind of like wide eye look, which is like a round eye. So yeah, that's it. I feel like I got through that really fast, so I hope I gave enough detail. Again, there are no rules. There are literally absolutely no rules to makeup. Do whatever the hell you want. If you have round eyes and you want them to look rounder, do a halo eye. Who cares? There's no rules. Have fun. It's your face. I just think this is very helpful for people that are wanting like an everyday kind of like, oh, I don't know how to do makeup on my own eyes. Or if you're trying to be a working makeup artist, you really need to know how to work with different eye shapes, because not everybody is going to get in your seat and have a perfect almond eye with a bunch of lid space and things that you can go crazy on. You really have to know how to work with different eyes. So I think that's very important. So hopefully this video helps you guys out. If you guys have any more questions or any more requests, I'm for sure gonna do a face shape one. So yeah, just let me know what you guys want to see and I will do it. I will. I'm holding myself to that. I will do it. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think that's it.